Hello and welcome back to the Blue-Eyed Guy Gaming News. Today I'm doing another news episode. So let's go into Xbox One. I know obviously Xbox One is out now and there's loads of news on it. Obviously I still don't have an Xbox One, but I don't care. I'm keeping up on the obviously new stuff that people will want. So Titanfall, we've been waiting for this game for quite a while. It's been said to obviously come out this year, but the Titanfall Xbox One Alpha trial registration site has gone live. So if you want to join obviously the Titanfall Alpha, which is a bit weird because they've never done a alpha before. Well, we've never seen any alphas on consoles, but obviously they are. It's obviously EA making it, so yeah. So stand by for Titanfall proclaims new EA page. EA appears to have launched an alpha trial registration site for Titanfall on Xbox One, with more details to follow. If you're interested, and I'm fairly confident that you are, you might want to hold fire for the moment. The publisher has yet to formally confirm the program's existence, though the Xbox support team have indicated that there's a public trial in the offing. Update. A Microsoft spokesperson has commented on our report. We're very excited for Respawn Entertainment and Electronic Arts Titanfall on Xbox, and look forward to hearing more about the game in the coming weeks and months. For information or additional inquiries regarding Titanfall, please reach out to Electronic Arts directly. Original story continues. Several NeoGAF users report that they've received exclusive invites to the alpha from the domain m.ea.com, which has reportedly been used for EA trial invitations before. So obviously people have been asked by EA to trial stuff. They've been invited. Obviously they've invited again. Click through to the page, which is hosted on to Titanfall.com, and you'll be asked to input your Origin membership information, because I think EA own Origin. Yeah, EA own Origin, so Origin you can buy games from. They're basically like Steam, but obviously Steam's owned by Valve, and obviously one user has posted a screen of what he or she claims is the post-registration screen. And there's also a shot of the terms and conditions. And finally, we have the below from Xbox support. Chris P, Acris likes dinos. Any comments on the Titanfall Alpha thing is links to the it links to official site, but some are worried about scams. Xbox support reply: Hi there. We would suggest reaching out to EA support to be certain that your particular invite is legitimate. Continued. Though we are aware of some alpha invites being sent today for Titanfall. All that said, the official Titanfall Twitter has nothing to say on the subject for the moment. Again, hedge your bets till EA makes an official announcement. I imagine this will take place once North America wakes up. We have not announced Titanfall on Twitter. We have not announced any official beta information. And they're going to keep posted. So the next story, let's talk Titanfall. Respawn on Xbox One, development and cloud AI. If rumours speak true, you could be playing Xbox One's most anticipated third-party exclusive in less than 24 hours. The Titanfall alpha trial, which we just saw just a minute ago, sign-up page went live on the official site this morning. This was 16th of January, today, at 2:10 PM, about 2 hours ago. And cue explosion of firm speculation. And according to the second-hand intel from EA support, the trial itself will begin on 17th of January. EA has yet to make any announcements, so pinches of salt are requisite, but the omens are good. A fine time then to dig into our interview with developer Respawn Entertainment programmer John Shearing about the challenges of developing a game in parallel with the console it's supposed to run on. You'll read all of it and much more in the new issue of OXM US, which is on sale now. So obviously if you're in America, you will get the news of Titanfall in the US magazine OXM. They sell them all. They sell US version, UK version, and Europe, I think. Titanfall's absence from Xbox One's launch lineup has been lamented, but Shearing and his team were only too happy to dodge that particular bullet. It's really exciting to do a launch title, and it takes years off your life too, he told us. I've done this once before with Call of Duty 2, and it's always seat of your pants, everything's coming together around you, and you're trying to make a great game while all this is happening. It ends up being a really difficult challenge for engineering especially, because you're trying to support all of the artists and designers here, while we're trying to make it all come together on a system that a few years ago wasn't finished, obviously, he continued. So we were kind of building the game while at the same time working with Microsoft and getting new info drops from them. It's a really amazing challenge for an engineering team to make this happen. Creating Titanfall hasn't been quite as arduous as developing Call of Duty 2 in certain respects. The new Xbox uses the same x86 processing architecture as the PCs that generally serve as lead development platforms, which has allowed Respawn to tweak both the Xbox One and PC versions in one go. Obviously, it's really easy for a lot of the artists and designers here to be iterating on a PC because that's what they're using to make content on and do the scripting, explains Shearing. It's nice that when we do an optimization that helps them, it helps everyone on both platforms, and that's pretty huge for us because on older consoles, optimization for one doesn't always help the other. Presumably, the anonymous developer responsible for the Xbox 360 version of Titanfall is having a tougher time of things. Shearing declined to reveal anything when we asked. So they are making a Xbox 360 version of Titanfall. Is a bit weird. I don't know if they're actually going to bring it out on Xbox 360 or not. The Xbox One's 8 processing cores are being put to good use, he continued. Processing tasks are run in parallel rather than one after the other, which means that more can happen in the game at once. We can throw a lot of work at it, and it's been challenging enough to make sure that our engine can do that kind of parallel workload. But there's a lot more capability in terms of the number of command threads you can run at once than on previous consoles. This isn't just numbers for numbers' sake. With fewer than 100 employees on the books, for reference, the Watch Dogs team is reported to be 600 strong. Respawn can't afford to waste programming time and resources on anything that doesn't make Titanfall more entertaining. That's what we've been focusing on, trying to support the designers and artists in making that happen. And obviously we want the game to be 60 frames per second, to be technically great, but we're not doing engineering tasks that don't make the game more fun. Key to that agenda is the Xbox Live Cloud. A fat platter of dedicated servers has been used in all sorts of ways. There's a few different aspects to it, one of which is very practical. Access to dedicated servers means that players won't be lumbered with the age-old drawbacks of peer-to-peer multiplayer, sharing continued. Certainly if you've played other games and you're trying to make a party and not everyone can connect to the same people, so you have to negotiate which one is going to do the party and invite everyone in. All of these things to get around the fact that it's hard to connect from player to player. By having this stuff on the cloud, you can guarantee that everyone will be able to connect, he went on. It's like loading a web page. You don't have to worry about whether you can load a web page, it just works. So you have this certainty and reliability there. When you're trying to get together with your friend and just play, there's no question as to whether the guys are going to be able to get into a match together. It's just going to work. Thus, the more pedestrian stuff, the really cool aspect of Titanfall's cloud support, of course, is how it offloads certain processing tasks to servers, principally physics and AI calculations. We're using a dual core server to run all of our matches, so there's really a significant amount of CPU available to us, and we use that for the AI and the player code and all these kind of things. And we have a lot of bandwidth on these servers, says Shearing. All these things are what actually let us have all the AI and all the players and huge titans running around with all these physics. The extra bandwidth is what lets us fill the world with moving things, and the available CPU is what lets us do things like AI, and it's not just a bullet flying through the air that's moving and causing network data. It's an actual AI that's making decisions and trying to shoot at things and looking around. Respawn has been sharing ideas with Microsoft about the cloud for quite some time. In this regard, Titanfall's development may have shaped the manufacturer's platform strategy as much as the evolution of Xbox One has shaped Titanfall. That's something I went to Microsoft on pretty early into the Respawn and said, we want to make a game and we're going to need dedicated servers. How can you guys help us out? Shearing recalled. And we had an interesting dialogue there, and that's really when we came back with all of this Xbox Live compute idea. So we've been working on it with them for a long time, and all the versions of our game will be using it. But on all platforms, it's letting us make a game that obviously nobody's been able to make in the past, so it's really exciting, the capability that we now have. So Titanfall is going to be it's a first-person shooter, like Call of Duty and all that. I'm not sure how big the maps are, but you get to, instead of being like your normal person, you get to be a Titan, which is a metal robot which has guns and that, and that's why the AI, there's going to be so much physics, and that's why they haven't been able to make Titanfall before, because you need all of the CPU, all the power, processing power that Xbox One has, that Xbox 360 doesn't have. So yeah. So this is going to be the end of this episode, Titanfall. Sounds a great game, and that has been I've been the Blue-Eyed Guy. See you next time.